We're waiting for him.
The usual. I think when he signs on, he'll have his camera working this time. That's my gut. That's my gut feeling.
Let's
I don't know
go.
why. I don't know why I think that.
Bro,
I'm in a gambling mood tonight. I got Anthony's camera on the money line.
Ballsy.
Outright winner.
I'm gonna go with the money line that he doesn't have his camera on.
Here we go. I just clicked to admit him, but he's not coming in here yet. Oh, there he is. Yes.
Wow.
Winner.
You just lost me money, buddy.
What? You guys fucking gambled against me on this technical shit.
No, I had my money on you.
No, Dave gambled for you.
Yeah, I won. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Always Sunday Football Podcast. I'm Dave. I'm joined, as I am every week, by Anthony. How's it going, bro?
What's going on, fam?
Got the clown hair going. I like it. Jonny, how's it going?
Doing all right.
And welcome back, Danny. Thanks for joining us.
Hola.
How do you do? Okay, let's do this. We are going to talk about the games that happened, and then we'll talk about the spreads. We'll talk about all those picks and all those things. We'll see how we did. Let's just burn through the actual NFL slate really quickly and just talk about some results. The Lions and the Chiefs played on Thursday night, and the Lions won 21-20. It was dramatic. It was great. The Lions announced themselves, and the Chiefs, they might have some problems at wide receiver. It was gross. Panthers, and if you guys have any comments, you can just jump in. Panthers.
Chris Jones was signed.
Yep, good call. Chris
Yeah.
Jones, they finally reached. It was only a 1-year agreement though, but he'll be back and he'll be playing. So in a couple of weeks, he'll be up to speed. They'll be able to stop the run a little bit.
It was a 1-year agreement one day after that loss.
Chris Jones can't run routes and get open and catch touchdown passes, so that's still not going to solve their offensive problems. This was Patrick Mahomes, unlike we've seen him. He looked frustrated. He looked kind of lost. Falcons beat the Panthers 24-10. They only threw 18 passes. The passing offense looks a mess, but Algier and Bijan Robinson both 8. The Ravens beat the Texans 25-9. The Ravens looked all out of sorts. Lamar only threw 22 passes. Their passing offense did not look very good. And they lost J.K. Dobbins to the Achilles. The Texans just looked terrible. That was not what you wanted to see out of the Texans. They didn't look competitive. The Browns did look very competitive. It was rainy, it was shitty, and they beat the hell out of the Bengals 24-3. Joe Burrow's got those little baby hands. He had problems in the rain, and Deshaun Watson did enough. Jaguars 31, Colts 21. Jaguars, they trailed in this game a little bit. The Colts looked frisky. They looked a little better. Anthony Richardson looked pretty solid. He played well. And the Jaguars did get the job done in the end. Buccaneers.
Anybody had any question mark for Calvin Ridley? He showed you in week 1.
That's right. Yeah, Calvin Ridley's up to speed. He's looking really good. And depending on who you ask, he had over 100 yards. He could have had who knows how much. There's no way to actually know how many yards he has. Danny's doing some research. Buccaneers, Vikings. This was a nice upset. The Buccaneers beat the Vikings 20-17. The Vikings lose a close game this year. The Buccaneers look frisky. What can you say? Baker looked frisky. Mike Evans had a nice day.
I said it.
You did say it. The Saints beat the Titans by 1 point, 16-15. I don't think either of these teams looked particularly impressive. There was, I walked away from this thinking Chris Olave is good, and everything else looked kind of gross to me. The Steelers got their asses kicked by the 49ers, 30-7. The Steelers looked bad. The 49ers looked very good. Brock Purdy looked fine. Brandon Ayuk went berserk. Commanders 20, Cardinals 16. This one made me nervous. Now, they didn't cover the number, which kind of sucks, but they won the game if you're a survivor pool player. The Commanders didn't look quite as good as we expected, and the Cardinals looked a little bit better than we expected, I think. But the Cardinals got the job done, and they lost the game, which is what they're trying to do. Packers beat the hell out of the Bears. It was 38-20, but the score does not indicate how much of a beating the Packers really put on the Bears. The Bears didn't look good. The Packers looked very good. The Raiders beat the Broncos by 1 point in a total ass fest. Neither team looked particularly good. I didn't really come away thinking too highly of either team. Nothing really made that much of a
No,
positive.
the only thing that popped out to me was that Jacoby Myers target share and all that, but that's about it.
Right. Well, I think that big part of that is because Jacoby Myers runs the short routes, and that's the only thing Jimmy G throws. This is, I'm not excited about those teams. Dolphins 36, Chargers 34. This was a very exciting game. Tyreek Hill is unstoppable. He went berserk. 215 yards on 11 catches, 2 touchdowns. The Chargers, both teams' defenses obviously stink, so they're going to be fun for fantasy all year long. Eagles 25, Patriots 20. Although if you watch the game, you would think the Patriots won the game. The Eagles didn't look sharp. They will probably use this as motivation to get their shit together because they could have very easily lost this game. Rams 30, Seahawks 13. The Rams shocked me, and I think they surprised a lot of people, especially the Seahawks, and beat the hell out of them, looking a lot better than I expected that they could. Speaking of beating the hell out of them, Cowboys 40, Giants 0. This was just the Giants got their shit pushed in. It was unbelievable, and it made for some really awesome fantasy defense. The Bills lost to the Jets 22-16, but the Jets were the big losers because Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. The season is over for them. They won the game in a moral victory, as John mentioned earlier, but
the Jets lost to the Jets.
The Jets lost to the injury bug, and Rodgers is done for the year. Their season is effectively over. They might be frisky because their defense is for real. The defense is legit, and the running game was pretty decent. Brees is no joke, but their passing offense is pretty much in the toilet at this point. Because the thing is, the people, let's not underestimate. They lost a franchise, quarterback. They lost a Hall of Fame quarterback, but they also lost their offensive coordinator, their play caller. That's a big thing where he and Nathaniel Hackett are talking or whatever on the headset, but at the end of the day, Rodgers calls the plays at the line, and he does what he wants to do. That's not what's going to happen now. We got to rely on Nathaniel Hackett to run that offense and Zach Wilson to execute the offense, and that's not a combination. That's a gigantic downgrade on both levels. So RIP Jets. So let's talk about our picks from last week, shall we, gentlemen? You guys remember what you did? You guys remember your bets?
Yeah,
Yeah. I didn't do good.
I was 2 for 3.
I think we were all 2 for 3. I'm logging in right now and it's checking my location. Anthony, what were your picks? Do you remember? Do you have them?
I remember 2 out of the 3. I don't remember what the third money line was. I think it might have been the same one that John did because I went Jets Giants money line, and I got the Jets right. Obviously, the Giants wrong.
No, I was actually I was 2 for 3. Sorry.
Yeah. So I think John, you had the Jets and the Dolphins, right? But you also picked the Tennessee Titans. Is that you?
Yeah, that was me.
And the Titans lost to the Saints.
Yep.
Danny, you picked the Jaguars
I
laying
hit
the
on Jacksonville. I hit on Philly, and I missed the over/under.
The over/under on the 49ers Steelers game. Yeah, it was 41.5. They only scored 37 points. And mine, I had 2 out of 3 as well. I had the Eagles and the Jaguars, but I laid the points on the Chiefs, and I couldn't have been more wrong about that game. The Chiefs looked bad. It's over for the Chiefs. Pack it up. Maybe next year. They're terrible. Just kidding. Now let's take a look at this week's slate, guys. Are you ready for this? Thursday night, the Eagles face the Vikings. The Eagles are 7-point home favorites with an over-under of 49. This should be a really fun game to watch. Danny, thoughts?
I think the Eagles win. 7 seems about fair. I'm not sure who I would take there at 7.
You have a feel on the over/under on this one?
Seems about right, but I'll go under. Just because short turnaround Thursday, neither of them are coming off of big time offensive performances. So
That makes sense. John, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, I'm taking the points with the Eagles this game.
You think they're going to win by 7?
Yeah, I do think so, and I'm going to go with the under.
Okay. Anthony?
I'm going to take the Vikings getting the points and the under here.
Okay, so everybody's on the under. I think I can understand the under. I think Thursday night unders has been a profitable proposition just in general because of, as Danny said, the short turnaround and stuff. The Eagles, Vikings. I'll go with Anthony on this one, and I'll also take the under and the Vikings because they play close games, and Danny said it. Neither one is coming off an inspiring offensive performance, so they might both kind of like fumble around a little bit with it. Chiefs, Jaguars, 1:00 Sunday. The Jaguars are at home, and they're 3-point home dogs with a 51-point over/under. This game is going to be great.
Yeah,
I'm going to
take this. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. You got it.
Nah, you know me. As much as I want to get 3 picks in a right, I gotta go money line madness. Give me the Jags money line here, and the over.
Oh baby, Johnny.
Yeah, give me the over with the Chiefs, and let me get the points with the Chiefs. Sorry, and let me go with the over in this game.
Points with the Chiefs and the over. Danny?
Chiefs over. I just don't see the going on to. Kelsey back, Chris Jones back. I mean,
yeah, I think this is a spot where I really want to pick the Jaguars. But 3 points isn't enough.
At home, but
3 points isn't enough. I will lay the 3 with the Chiefs also, but you can give me the over in this game for sure. Raiders, Bills. The Bills are at home, 8.5-point home favorites, 46.5-point over under. The Bills didn't look great, but they were playing against arguably the best, if not one of the best defenses in the entire NFL, and now they're playing against the Raiders. Danny, where do you stand on this one?
I'll take the Bills and the under. I think it's knocking around pretty good.
Same over here. I think the Raiders stink.
Yeah, I agree, and I wanted like that 8.5 is enticing to take a little bit just with the way they played, but they did play against a top 3 defense in the league, hands down. Mm-hmm. And I think they're gonna have a bounce back week, and I think they're gonna lay the smoke. So yeah, give me the Bills laying the points, but I'm gonna go with the over here.
Okay, so yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take the Bills and the over also. Just thinking that the Bills will do this will be like a get right spot for the Bills, and the Raiders will still score some points. No, you know what? Change that. Under. The Raiders stink. I can't do it.
Let's go. Josh McDaniels is poopy doopy.
I can't do it. I started as soon as I said it out loud. I was like, no, the Raiders aren't going to put up points. The Bills are just going to shut them down. They're gonna get right, but the Raiders are going to be wrong. Ravens, Bengals. I mean, what a sexy matchup here. The Bengals are at home, 3-point home favorites, another 46.5-point over under. The Bengals just looked as bad as they could possibly look last week. The Ravens won, but they didn't really look great, and they had a big injury. Danny, are you excited about this game?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best, if not the best game of the week.
Okay, as far as watching for entertainment purposes.
Chiefs, Jags, and this one, yeah, they're the 2 biggest games of the week, I would say. In terms of relevance and probable playoff teams and the like.
Dolphins Patriots is interesting to me as well, but go ahead.
What was the spread?
It's Bengals by 3, 46.5.
Cincy in the over. At
Okay.
home, I think they get right another week. Baltimore is dealing with some issues. Um, yeah, I think it's a good spot for.
I agree. I'm going to take Cincy, and I'll take the over as well. I think there'll be some points scored in this game. Johnny?
Yeah, give me Baltimore with the points, and I'm gonna go with the over.
Ooh,
I'm
so you
uh,
think Baltimore
I'm
gets right.
yeah.
You're doing the same
I
thing?
was contemplating money line right here on Baltimore.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
I don't.
just I'm
I don't
gonna
know
I'm gonna
about.
take
I don't know
I'm gonna
about
take the
money
3
line,
points. Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm
but
gonna
I'll
take
take the
those.
points.
I'll take those 3 points.
Interesting. And we're all going over, I guess.
Yeah, we're all over you.
Cool. Seahawks, Lions. Now the Lions looked really good, but this is a massive letdown spot for them. They're 5.5-point home favorites with a 47.5-point over under. Seahawks did not look good. I think they got smoked, right? And Gino could be turning back into a pumpkin. That's always a possibility. This one makes me nervous, but I'll lay the 5.5 with Detroit and give me the under. Anthony?
I'm definitely laying the points with the Lions. The question mark is the over under here because I think the Lions could score like 30 every week. But I'll take stay away, but I'll go with the under though.
Fair. Danny?
Seattle on the under.
So you're taking the points with Seattle here.
Yeah, I mean, I
Wow.
like Detroit to win the game. I like Detroit to win the game, but I
Okay.
think Seattle is not going to get embarrassed 2 weeks in a row. I do think it's a pretty good laid down spot for the Lions, and I think Detroit wins by like 3.
Okay. All right. I can see that. Johnny?
Man, I really put my foot in my mouth with both these defenses. So I'm what I thought these defenses would be is the complete opposite. The Seahawks defense is just really bad. I thought their secondary would be a lot better, and I thought Detroit's defense was going to be bad, and they're actually a little bit better than what I thought. So with that being said, I'm going to go with the under in this game, and I'm going to go with Danny Mack. Give me the points with Seattle.
Interesting. Yeah, that's like I can see that keeping it close, but Detroit winning anyway. I am, leaning towards the Gino. Like again, it's one of those things where even after I saw what Gino did last year, I still can't believe. I still can't believe he's got to continue to do it. Chargers, Titans. The Chargers are on the road and they're favored by 3 with a 45.5-point over under. Give me the Chargers and I will lay the points.
All day.
And I will take the under. Danny?
Chargers over. Yeah, Chargers are. I just think Chargers are better. I just think, yeah, I can't see them. So they look better than Tennessee, in my opinion.
I agree. Anthony?
Yeah. Chargers laying the points. I'll go with the over here. I'm as much Tannehill's just not cutting it, but I think they're going to score some points because the Chargers defense didn't look very good. So I'll go with the over.
John?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the points with Tennessee, and I'm going to go with the under. For some reason,
You bite your tongue.
dude, I don't know what's up with you and Brandon Staley. I think that you're in love with Brandon Staley.
I'm not in love with Brandon Stanley. It's just Justin Herbert.
You just love this guy.
The offense looked good under Kellen Moore. They did.
It did. I don't trust that Chargers defense, and I think I trust the coaching staff with Tennessee to get it together and put up a competitive game against the Chargers. I just trust that coaching staff a little bit more. I think coaching's going to play a part. So just give me the points with Tennessee. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they'll keep it close.
Yeah, see, that's why I took the under, but I'm still laying 3 with the Chargers. Everybody got a pick on that one, right?
Yeah.
Chicago, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay looked frisky. Chicago looked all out of sorts. Tampa Bay's at home. They're 3-point home favorites with a point over under. Johnny, home team. How you feeling about the Buccaneers?
Man, this is a game where, man, I hate to say this, but the Chicago Bears they look bad. They really do. They look really, really bad. But I'm gonna take the Bears with the points, and I'm gonna go with the under this game. I think it's just gonna be real ugly and just not a game that you want to watch.
Danny?
Bears under. Bears over. Sorry, and only because it's so.
Wow.
Interesting. Anthony?
Take the Bucks laying the points here in the over.
I also am going to take the Bucks and the over. I'm laying the points with the Buccaneers. Baker looked okay. Evans looked okay.
Mike Evans is still the man.
The defense looked pretty solid for the Buccaneers, and as John mentioned, the Bears just didn't look good. And I think the Bears' defense is bad, so I think the Buccaneers will be able to score. So I'll take the over there. Packers. The
I like
Packers, the Packers and the Falcons. The Falcons are at home. They're 2-point they're 2-point home dogs. Look at this. The Falcons are 2-point home dogs to the Packers. I guess that's what happens. You're home dogs when you don't have a passing offense. You only have a rushing offense. 40.5 point over under. This is a low, not the lowest, but it's pretty low. Falcons 2-point home dogs. Danny?
Packers over.
Fair enough.
I mean, the Falcons, we knew they were going to be run heavy, but that usage is not that they're going to have to throw the ball more than that, and I don't know if they can.
John?
Man, it's going to be a tough one for me, but I'm going to go definitely with the over. I think everybody in their mother should go for the over in this game, but I'm going to take Atlanta with the points.
Interesting. I'm laying the points with the Packers and the over. Anthony?
Same.
Fair enough.
Packers over. Yeah.
This game has a 40-point over under. That's the Colts and the Texans. The Texans are at home, and they're 1.5 point home underdogs. The Colts looked interesting. The Texans looked inept. John, where are you on this game? Big Colts guy. Big Colts guy. Everybody knows that about you.
So I'm going to go with the over in this game.
Over 40.
Yeah. And my goodness, I'm going to take the Colts. I'm going to take the points. Why not?
Danny?
I'll take the Texans and the over. I said they're home. They're both bad. I guess I'll take the home team if they're getting points.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I would like to think that D'Amico Ryans puts up a better performance in his home debut, especially against a lesser team. But you could still give me the Colts because right now the biggest X factor I think in this game is Anthony Richardson. He looked pretty interesting to me. So I'll take the Colts, lay the 1.5, and I'll take the over because it's so low. Anthony, did you go on this one?
No, not yet, but I agree with you. Same thing. Battle of the rookies, and Richardson's looking like the better one. So give me that one.
49ers, Rams to the start of the 4 o'clock slate. 49ers, convincing win. Rams, surprisingly convincing win. The Rams are at home, though, and they're 7.5 point home dogs. 7.5 point home dogs. Whew. 44-point over under. Johnny, where are you?
Yeah, these two are teams that are really familiar with each other, especially with the coaching. I thought the Rams were going to be a lot worse than what they are this year. So I'm going to take the Rams with the points and give me the over on this game.
Danny?
Rams over.
Wow, interesting. Anthony?
Give me the Niners laying the points in the over.
Okay. I will say, damn. I'm going to...
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, this is a tough line for me. I'll take the 49ers and lay the points. I don't feel great about it. And I'll take the over. And I'll say this game is like a little mini shootout, and the Niners just light it up. I don't know. I don't know about that. Giants, Cardinals. The Cardinals are at home. They're 5.5-point home dogs. 40-point over under. Both of these teams looked really well. No, it's not true. The Giants looked really bad. The Cardinals looked okay, and for a little while, it looked like they might win that game and upset a lot of people in their knockout pools. But
Yes.
now they're immediately home dogs to the Giants. 40-point over under. Get right spot for the Giants, Anthony.
Yes. Give me the Giants laying that 5.5 in the over.
Danny.
Yeah, I'll continue my trend of not really putting much stock in the week one and go with the Giants. And I'll go with the under.
John.
I'm going to take the Cardinals with the points and go with the over.
Interesting. Going against the grain. I'll take the Giants. I think they're just a better team. 5.5 points. That's it's a little gross. It's not. I'm not excited to lay it, but I'll lay those points, and I will take the over 40. This is gross. The Jets and the Cowboys, which would have been an incredible game. Instead, the Cowboys are at home, and they're 9.5-point favorites right now, with Zach Wilson expected to start. 39.5-point over under. This game gross, but I'll still. Danny, what do you think?
Cowboys over.
John.
I'm going to take the Jets with the points, and I'm going to go with the under.
In the under. Damn. So you think the Jets defense just dominates this game and they do enough?
Yeah, I think this is a defensive game. I think both these defenses are pretty good, but Dallas didn't show any type of good offense. I mean, when people are like, oh, Dallas, I'm like, what offense? It was all defensive. So I'm going to go with the Jets with the points, and I'm going to go with the under. It's going to be a defensive battle.
Anthony?
I'm itching super hard on this money line button because I have it in my jellies. My jellies. You know how they feel. Well, not physically, but I wanna,
Because I feel like this, I agree. Like, I wish the game wasn't raining because Dak didn't look good, but it was bad weather. He had a lot of inaccurate throws, but the weather was a huge thing. I think that the Jets defense and the Dallas defense are hand in hand. I think that the Jets will shut them down, and I think the better run game is the duo that the Jets have. I really feel like they could come out and win this one here. I'm gonna go with the Jellies. Give me the Jets money line.
Wow.
Even I won't do that.
You don't have Jellies like I do, John.
I have to lay the points with the Cowboys here. Yeah. I think that like both teams' defenses are excellent. They're both excellent defenses, but the Cowboys have a very good offense, and the Jets simply do not because they don't have a quarterback. I'm going to lay the 9.5. It's gross. I don't like to lay it. I probably would not bet on this game, but I'll take the Cowboys with the 9.5 points, and I will take the over because it's just so low of an over-under. The Jets might get a touchdown or 10 points or something, and the Cowboys put up, 30 points with them by themselves. Somewhere in that vicinity. But yeah, 39.5 is low enough for all. I'll take the over on that. What's going on here? Okay, here we go. Commanders, Broncos. The Broncos are at home, and they're 3.5-point favorites to the Commanders, who won, but were a little sketchy out there. Danny, what's your feel on this game?
I'll take the Commanders because it's 3.5.
Oh, and it's a 38.5-point over-under. 38.5-point over-under. Goodness.
I guess I'll take the over just because how low it is.
John?
Yeah, I'm going to actually go money line Commanders.
Yeah, I was looking at that myself. I'm going to go money line Commanders in the over. Anthony?
Same. I have it for sure.
Wow, interesting. Okay, the Sunday night game, which I think is actually got a lot of appeal, is the Dolphins visiting the Patriots. The Patriots are 2.5-point home dogs with a 46.5-point over under. Danny?
Dolphins under.
See, I think I gotta go Dolphins over. If the Dolphins win this game, it's because they're going to score more points. It's not because they're going to shut down the Patriots. Anthony,
I'm gonna do the Dolphins and the over, but just in case somebody likes moneyline madness, you could take out the Jets and swap in the Patriots here because that wouldn't be a crazy thing to happen, and then it'd be the Jags, Patriots, Commanders money line.
John,
Yeah, I'm actually going to go money line Patriots here.
moneyline Patriots. Oh, so he took it. There he goes. He jumped right on it, Anthony. That's a guy who takes advice. Now here's a question I have. I have a very serious question, and I need somebody to make sense of this for me. Because I looked at this earlier and yesterday, and I was like, what am I looking at here? And now I'm looking at it again, and it doesn't make any more sense to me than it did then. We got 2 Monday night games. We like that. One of them starts at 7:15. The other one starts at 8:15. What the fuck is going on? Anybody?
No sense.
Maybe they realized the first game was the Saints versus the Panthers and moved the second game up.
The second game is Browns Steelers. I mean, that doesn't have it's got more appeal, but it doesn't have wow, this is a great game appeal. If you saw that as the standalone game, you'd be like, all right. You wouldn't be excited about it. You're only excited about it because it's next to Saints Panthers.
They
But
have 2 Monday night games. They both suck, and they're at the same time.
why would they do that? Why would
They could have chosen any other game and just swapped it and just left one Monday night game.
It should have been one after the other. Like one should be at 6:30, one should be at 8:30, or whatever they do.
Or how about
the playoff?
You know what they could have done? Moved both of them to 1 o'clock and picked literally any other game and put it there.
That's also
that's what I mean. Like, just don't give us 2 games, or give me another day of football. But fuck, man,
it makes no sense. Both games are on at the same time, so like you have to go through like gymnastics to watch both of these games. It's preposterous. It's preposterous. The first one is the Saints, 7:15, visiting the Panthers. The Panthers are at home and they're getting 3.5 points with a 40-point over/under. The games are a 40 and a 39.5-point over/under. This is gross. And they're both at the same time. Like they cocked this up so bad. Anthony, Saints.
The fact that the over-unders are that bad or might be more gross than the fact that they're at the same time.
Right. Like everything about this is disgusting. Everything about this is just completely disgusting. Shame on the schedule makers. Shame on them. Panthers, Saints. Anthony, go.
Saints laying the points under.
I'll go Saints laying the points in the over. John?
Yeah, I'm going to go Saints laying the points over as well.
Yeah, same.
And Browns, Steelers. The Steelers are at home, and they are 2-point dogs with a 39.5-point over-under. Give me the Browns laying the points and the over. Anthony?
Same.
Johnny?
Absolutely. I'm going to take the Steelers with the points, and I'm going to go with the under.
And Danny?
Browns points over.
Love it. So that's the entire slate. I still don't understand the 7:15, 8:15 thing. Are you guys ready to make some parlays and win some monies?
Yeah, win some monies. Yes, I'm ready.
Anthony, do you have your parlay ready to roll?
All ready to roll with an alternative.
Go ahead.
But
you have if you got the big juicy balls, you have the Jags, Jets, Commanders money line for a plus 23. It hits you with 23 twice. That just makes you want to do it even more. Am I right?
No.
If you take out the Jets and you're not being frisky and you put in the Patriots to replace the Jets, it's a plus 1139.
That's better.
Moneyline madness.
John, what's your parlay?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the over for the 49ers Rams.
Over 49ers Rams. Got it. Over 44.
I'm going to take the money line with Washington.
Money line Washington plus 145.
And I'm going to do the money line for the Patriots.
Money line Patriots. Wow. So Johnny's got a plus 920. Nice little
Danny?
nice little parlay. Danny, you got a parlay in mind?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Green Bay,
Green
taking the
Bay
points.
laying 2 points. Go ahead.
Bears getting 3,
Bears getting 3. Okay.
and Washington money line.
And Washington money line. That's a plus 782. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so I will take the Buccaneers laying 3. I will take the Ravens on the money line. And I will take the over in the Kansas City Jacksonville game for a plus 802.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right, fellas. You know what was bad? All of your performances in DraftKings. That's right. Bringing it up right
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, you say that when you're the winner.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, it's called trash talking. Have you ever heard of it? So this week on DraftKings, I was victorious, 145.58. Anthony came in second place, 128.12. Danny Mac came in third place, 118.96, and Jonny was in last place, 109.46. Still hasn't figured out quite how to do this. I had Sam Howell. I was the only person who had Sam Howell for 4,900. I thought that he would be more owned. Anthony had Justin Herbert, his boy, Lamar Jackson for Danny, and Kirk Cousins for Jonny. Kirk Cousins was a nice little play. Lamar Jackson was very disappointing, as was J.K. Dobbins. Danny had him, I had him, and I think Anthony had him as well. Yes, he did. Anthony had Damian Pierce. That was a rough play. And I had him in season long, but that was a tough spot. I had Jamal Williams though, and I think Danny did as well, and so did Jonny. Right? He seemed like he was in line for a big workload, but he ended up being very disappointing. Jonny had Calvin Ridley as a nice play. Danny had Tyreek Hill, as did I. I also had Justin Jefferson. I was able to fit Justin Jefferson. And I put Isaiah Likely, so did Danny, in our tight end spot for 3,000, which allowed a lot more money for other players, but Likely was very disappointing. He only put up 1 point. I had Brian Robinson Jr., and 3 of us had the Commanders defense. Jonny had the Seahawks defense, who was bad, but the Commanders defense was actually pretty good. So overall, my winning lineup had Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson.
What about my phenomenal honor pick?
Your phenomenal pick?
Yeah.
Oh, Tutu Atwell. Yes, you had a nice play. 3,000, Tutu Atwell put up 20.9 points. That was very nice. Chris Olave was a nice play out of you. But yeah, that Tutu Atwell was definitely helpful in coming in second place. So there you go. We're off to a good start. Well, I am. You guys could use a little work, but you'll get it. You'll figure it out.
I'm last year's champ.
I will send. Yes, you are. I will send out a new contest this week, and we'll put together another lineup for another run at it. Sound good, guys?
Love it.
About it.
I'm gonna fucking crush it this week.
Fantastic. All right. Anybody have any final thoughts on this week? Hopefully, fewer injuries. We got plenty of injuries in the first week. Hopefully, we get a clean.
Yeah, let's take a week off.
Yeah, seriously. But I'm glad football is back. It's been very exciting. I'm glad fantasy football is back. That's been very exciting as well. I hit on the Jets money line and under last night. Obviously the injury to Rodgers probably helped the under quite a bit, and the Jets defense and how Josh Allen played. I was like, wow, this under is definitely going to hit, but how could the Jets possibly win this game? And then they ended up coming back and winning the game. So that ended up working out pretty well for me. Anybody hit any good bets this week or may win any money on DraftKings before we wrap it up?
I had a $9 win.
Danny, what's that?
Broke even on DraftKings.
Gotcha. I doubled up. I had 25 in play and I won 50, so I doubled my money this week. I did okay. But
Nah,
like I had some nice
I-
plays, but they weren't all always together. Like my cash lineups both won. Or I'm sorry, my cash lineup won in all the contests, so that was good. And I had most of my money there. And then all the tournaments that I entered, I ended up cashing in, but very low amounts because I had like Tyreek Hill in like every lineup. I had a couple other pretty good players. I was able to put Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson together in lineups, but I just didn't have all the right plays in the same. I had a lineup with Brandon Ayuk in it, but I didn't have the Ayuk and the Tyreek Hill and the Tua, so I didn't hit like any big money. But I did okay this week, so that's good.
Yeah, I had $9
That's pretty good.
like a dollar. Yeah, I had the Tua Hill stack with Ridley in the mix.
Oh, that's not bad. Very nice.
Yeah, but everybody else died.
Yeah. Well, on
You
to the next-
basically had to have like Dallas D, and hitting one
Right.
of those major ones.
you basically had to have Tyreek. If you got Tyreek Hill and had Tyreek Hill in your lineup, you probably made some money. So, I guess the lesson to be learned here is play the best players every week.
For sure.
And I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys next week, where it's always Sunday.
So,